concern with this bill is my children and my grandchildren, and I have not heard anyone say anything about that. This bill was not about the rights of gay people to marry each other. This bill was about changing our whole way of society, and I am very concerned about my grandchildren going into the public schools, which you readily said were not allowed to participate in this, and I don't want them being taught all of these issues that have to do with interracial marriage. And so, for you, not a question, I would not interrupt, whatever, you know.
But this is, see, this is
issue.
Let her have her time.
Work with the Department of Education and prevent our kindergartners from being taught about same-sex marriage. It has nothing to do with whether they can get married or not. They don't need to be taught how to have same-sex marriage.
there is, at New Valley, they had a worksheet that went into that school, and this was just last week. This was last week. On that worksheet, they had 3 relationships that were described. 2 were heterosexual, 1 was homosexual. The only relationship that was described as healthy was the homosexual relationship. Now that's the pilot program that's now going to go into 33 of our public schools, right? And in one of the amendments we asked, remember, if you're a teacher who doesn't believe in teaching that, you have no choice now. There's no protection for teachers. There's no protection for those children, for parents who don't want them to have this put in. And they were actually described very explicitly certain types of acts that probably shouldn't, 7th graders shouldn't be exposed to at that age. So, and it was the governor who forced the special
The 2 minutes are up. Again, anyone who hasn't spoken that has a question for them, go ahead.
Point of order. You just mentioned that the person who's asking, who has the floor, has 2 minutes. If the person who's responding, that's part of the other person's 2 minutes. I think we need a clarification from the
I got the
neighborhood
clarification
commission.
from the commission. That is exactly right, what's here.
If someone asks a 2-minute question, then there's no answer, they don't get an answer.
That's what the commission said.
That's how I interpret it.
You have the
Let's have
assistant,
an answer
please.
from the commission. So the time limits are up to board rule. So if the board has a 2-minute time limit on each person and the response is included in that, that's the board.
The board or the board chair, must this be, I feel as a board member that each one of us should have a say on whether or not the person, if it says in print on our agenda that each person has 2 minutes, community member, then they should get their full 2 minutes for whatever subject is up. Now, if they take 2 minutes to ask a question, and they're asking the question, but they keep getting interrupted by the person they're asking the question to, how can we say that that's fair for a person who has their 2 minutes when they keep getting interrupted?
It's 2 minutes per speaker, so why are you saying 2 minutes? If one speaker's speaking for 2 minutes and they ask a question, why does Mr. Foley's answer be included in part of their 2 minutes?
Because that's the direction that was given to us. My recommendation is let the people speak and ask the question. When he
Who
answers
gave you that
the
interpretation?
NCO, right here, ma'am.
Well, can I see it in writing?
Sure,
That's part of the I don't have a copy of that either.
Where's the clock we're using?
right here and back there, right here.
Okay.
You know what? Let's take a recess.